What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we got our first impressions review for early access in Monster Hunter Now. Like and subscribe for more amazing mobile game content. So it's very similar to a lot of the other Niantic games. Pokemon Go, we were also playing NBA All World previously. Instead of going ahead and collecting Pokemon or battling other NBA players, we're gonna be hunting monsters. And you'll see we already got 2 monsters right in front of us. The rarities will increase as you go ahead and increase your hunter rating, your hunter level. Then you'll gain access to higher rarity monsters that you can go ahead and battle. So go ahead and we'll click. This is my character right here. I am hunter level 16. To increase your hunter level, you just do quests and go through the main story. We have our monster guide, which is really nice. It shows you all the different monsters you've encountered. And if you go ahead and click on it, it'll show you the different areas that they are found in. Currently, there are only 3 different environments. We have forest, desert, and swamp. It'll show you the elements and also their weaknesses. Weaknesses is very important because you're going to be switching your weapons a lot in this game. We also have breakable parts, which is really cool. You can actually break certain parts of the monster and then they'll be kind of immobilized. And then at the bottom, we see monster strength. You can get a 1-star or 2-star for this specific monster. And it'll show you the different materials that you can get with, and also the monster type being large or small. The large ones require a lot more skill to them. And the large ones you also can do co-op with other live players to take down the large monsters, whereas the small monsters over here, these ones you just kind of destroy them fairly easy. Usually if you have really strong gear, you can just 1 or 2 shot them. Let's go back out. We also have our item boxes. You're going to be using those materials to go ahead and craft gear, as well as crafting new weapons and then upgrading those weapons and gear. We also have our settings and edit appearance. We can then go ahead and access our equipment. So this is going to show us all our different weapons. Then we have all of our buster swords or our big blades. Then we have our different iron hammers. And then from there we have sledgehammers as well as iron katanas. And then at the bottom, we have some archery stuff like some bow and arrows. Each weapon also has 2 different special abilities. One will have like a special ultimate that you'll gain. As you go ahead and increase the tier level of that said gear piece, you'll gain access to a bunch of additional stats. You'll also see that the equipment skill will give us poison resistance at grade 4. We click on our armor, we can see all the different armor sets we can go ahead and acquire. We have a leather set, Kulu set. I can't say any of these names. I'm not super familiar with the Monster Hunter genre. I've played it very casually, so I'm not too good with these names. So I'm not some crazy fanboy. I'm just a gamer playing games. But these ones right here in the red, you'll see that we can go ahead and we can forge. Back out of this, well, let's go ahead and let's do some battles really quick. So we're just going to click on any enemy. And this is my favorite part, is the actual battling of the monsters. I think they did this perfectly. Absolutely amazing. Far the best part of this game is battling the monsters, which I mean should be the best part of the game because that's what it's all about, is going ahead and battling monsters. This one right here, this is a large enemy, and you'll see that we have solo hunt, or if there are people who are nearby, you'll see that we can hunt with nearby hunters. We also have use paintball. You'll see at that bottom, this is a really nice feature where if you are out and about and you want to go ahead and mark a certain enemy, for whatever reason you don't have the time to battle a monster, use the paintball, and then when you get back home or wherever you are, you can go ahead and access whatever monsters you marked with those paintballs, and then you can do the battles from home. So it's a really amazing feature that they added, which I definitely think was a great idea. We'll go ahead and we'll do a quick solo one right now live on camera. It's really cool because the combat is so fluid. Make sure you go ahead and put your FPS to 60 in the settings, because at default it's set to 30, but you can go ahead and I mean the environment is completely 3D. You see I can swipe left and right and make my character dive and dodge. We can go back, roll back, move forward, slide. I mean the combat in this is so well done that I don't have anything negative to really say about the combat. The negative is going to be on the fact of exploring the world. That's where it kind of falls downhill for me, unfortunately. We went ahead and after you defeat a monster, you'll get some rewards, some XP to level up your hunter level, and then some rewards like your materials. And then you can go ahead and use gems to like increase the amount of materials, but usually I only do that if you have really rare drops. Aside from that, don't even worry about that. The other thing is, as you're going around and exploring the world, you'll also have random items out where you can just kind of pick them up. You'll find materials just laying around the world, and you can click and pick them up, or you can have your, I believe it's called your calico, the little cat guy running around with you. He can go ahead and he assists you. He'll pick up items for you as you travel, and it's just random materials like iron ore and just other things like that. We click on that top left corner where it says forest. This will show you a breakdown of the 3 different environments, and this is important because each environment has different spawns of monsters. We have the forest, and you'll see that these specific monsters are found there. We have desert, which these ones are found, and then finally we have the swamp area. You really have to go out and explore different parts of your town, your city, wherever you live. We'll advance to the next chapter. Currently I am on chapter 3, and just going through these different chapters is important because it's going to give you access to new features such as new gear pieces and things like that. So you really want to go through your quests. We also have the cash shop in the bottom right, and we're going to have potions. You got starter packs, a bunch of different things if you want to spend money, but really I haven't seen the need to spend money at all. The one thing that you have to be careful about in the way that this game can kind of slow your progress down, but not really, is the fact that when you go ahead and you battle monsters, it's going to depend on your HP, your health. You'll see in this right area where it says StillAliveGG, and then right under my name it shows my health bar, 100 out of 100. If your health ever drops to below 30, then you pretty much can't do a battle and you have to use a health potion. You do get a few health potions every day at reset, but once you're going ahead and doing lots of battles against harder enemies, you will start to take damage. It's kind of inevitable. So you just have to be careful about that. But for the most part, if you time your dodges well, you really shouldn't take too much damage. So it's pretty easy to kind of defeat these enemies. The one thing that you have to watch out for though is also the timer. There is a timer in that top left corner. If you don't defeat them in time, you will go ahead and fail the battle. So that's one thing you gotta do, is you gotta destroy them fast, but you also gotta avoid their attacks. So we went ahead, we destroyed another guy, and I mean, it's fun. This part of the game is fun. I absolutely love just battling these monsters because the combat is amazing and so fluid. At the beginning, it's fairly easy. The monsters are, you're just blowing through them. But once you do get to those higher rarity monsters, they do really become bullet sponges, and they take a while to defeat. And at that point, you really just have to have higher upgraded gear because you won't be able to destroy them fast enough within that time period in the top left corner. So that's the only other unfortunate thing. We went ahead, we completed one of our dailies. That's all you're doing, is kind of walking around and battling monsters over and over and over and over again, what feels like almost endlessly. It just feels like it's an endless farming game for materials, and then you just upgrade items, then you just upgrade your weapons and gear so that you can fight stronger monsters, and it's over and over again. And there's no real variety, which is the big problem. There is no like points of interest when you're walking around that actually allow you to do something similar to like Pokemon Go has gyms. NBA All World had Rule the Courts, where you would go to these specific areas on the map, and then you would try and compete for a leaderboard spot, and then if you were on the leaderboard, you would get additional rewards. There isn't anything like that in this game currently, and that would be my biggest feature that I would want to see, is some type of Rule the Court Pokemon gym style points of interest where we go and we actually go through like a gauntlet of monsters, and we battle monsters over and over again with increasing higher difficulty. And then you just are timed, and you also see like who can defeat the hardest monster the fastest, and they're put on the leaderboard at the top, you know, stuff like that. And then at the end of the week, or whoever holds the spots the longest gets rewards. something like that at the very least needs to be put in the game, because right now the game is just, it gets boring really fast to me, and we just went ahead and we upgraded our hunter level. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.